Hey guys, it's day 104 of being a boy, and it's Movember! When we all grow our beards out to raise awareness of men's health. At first I thought it was a bit cis-sexist because I can't really grow a beard, but then I realised they'd never actually specified it had to be on your face. One aspect of the campaign that is a bit cis-sexist though is how they're always talking about prostate cancer and testicular cancer and things that will never affect me because I'm a trans boy. But I do have some experience of those as well, because my dad was quite public about his struggle with testicular cancer, which was all very sad. And granted, I didn't actually know he was my dad until 5 minutes ago, so I wasn't really that affected, but being a trans person, I'm the biggest victim in everything at all times, so there. Anyway, he got through it and he jokes about it now, so it's all good. See?
He said, "You have cancer of the testicles." I said, "Okay, what's the bad news?" He said, "That's as good as it's going to get for 5 years."
Aww.
Don't go, "Aww."
Sorry, Dad. But you have a trans son now, so that's pretty cool. Also, I've got a funnier joke for you about testicular cancer, and this is it. Ready? Okay. Why do only cis men get testicular cancer? Because they deserve it! Hey! You can have that one for free. Father-son writing team, what do you say? Now, I know what you're thinking. Chad, why are you being so mean to your poor dad when it's obvious you're desperate for his approval? And firstly, don't psychoanalyse me, because any kind of mental health analysis is transphobic and clearly conversion therapy, and it's exactly the same thing as electrocuting gay people and giving them emetics. And secondly, well, because, like I said, it's cis-sexist, and it's actually very transphobic, the treatment process for prostate cancer and testicular cancer. Because a lot of the same drugs are used to stop puberty in transgender children, and we need those drugs for that. I mean, yeah, people will say cancer patients need the drugs as well, but cancer can go into remission on its own. Whereas if you're born in the wrong body, there's no cure and you'll definitely kill yourself if you don't get it changed. And I'm being especially mean to my dad about this, because have you seen the fucking size of him? He's got like a foot on me. I'm 5'11". Okay, I'm 5'9". With my shoes on. But my point is, he must have needed rakes and rakes of drugs to get cured. We could have sterilised like hundreds of children for that. Selfish. So this year I am doing Movember to raise awareness of trans men's health, because there are lots of us who are born without testes and prostates, and we're still valid men. And historically our bodies haven't really been studied that much in medicine, so there's an awful lot of medical malpractice going on, and bad diagnoses, and there needs to be more research into it. So this year I'm encouraging everyone to donate to uterine, ovarian and cervical cancer charities. Now, I know I just said that cancer patients aren't as important as trans folks, but trans men are far more likely than cis women to get uterine and ovarian and cervical cancer. I don't know why that is. I think it's just the systemic transphobia that just adds to minority stress, and that's what makes us get all the cancers. Interestingly, it's similar for cis women who take steroids. I don't know why, I assume it's because they're mistaken for trans men, so they get like the sort of misdirected transphobia, and so they get the stress as well. It's probably the dysphoria and the stigma that causes the cancer. I mean, it's the cause of everything else. That's my virtue signal done for the day. Love ya!